Welcome back to another video, my hottie patatis. I hope you're doing amazing. Today I am filming everything I'm eating slash doing slash being in a calorie deficit. We're about a month or so in and feeling good. So let me just show you what I'm eating. We're starting off with just absolutely just sexiest coffee. I've got like organic whole milk. It's like 3.5%. We're going with the creamy stuff. We don't fuck with the non-creamy. So that, and then I've got some monk fruit in there to sweeten. Just drops. So good. So good. You may notice I am in a new location, and that is because we have moved homes. We have moved countries. It's all very new, very exciting. And we're really enjoying our morning view. Check it out. Gloomy. Gloomy, we are back in Canada. But as you can see, guys, we gotta stick to this deficit because summer is coming in hot. It's a Saturday, and let's get into it. Okay, so here's the new desk setup. We got the standing desk and the walking pad. Will's got his superhuman chair. I'm gonna get a little bit of steps in here while I just go through the March check-ins. It's a challenge on right now in my app, and I love going through the check-ins in the morning. So I'm gonna have check those, finish off my coffee, get some steps in, and then I'm gonna hit the gym, just get it done, get it freaking done. Okay, I don't always eat before I train. If I'm training early in the morning, especially, there's a coffee and I just get it done and I eat after. But I spent a little bit longer than I expected on my laptop, and now I can feel a bit of hunger. So I'm just gonna have something quick. This is like my go-to when I don't want to feel full, but I want the energy from food. So a little bit of cottage cheese, going with the low-fat variety, that I can just access carbs and have energy. I don't want a slow digestion. So I'm literally just doing like 100 grams, and I'll do like, I don't know, tablespoon of just some raw honey. 15 grams of honey. I might even put a pinch of sea salt. I have really great workouts when I have this in my system. This cottage cheese tastes yummy, but the ingredients are kind of whack, so I'm really struggling to find clean cottage cheese. I know there's good culture, but I don't think we have that in Canada, and so I actually don't eat much cottage cheese here because it's really hard to find one with not a bunch of stuff in it. But anyway, you can't be perfect all the time. So I'm gonna have this bit of sea salt and go crush some weights. Bit of sea salt. Wow. Wow, so the reason you don't want to have a higher fat meal before a workout is because fat slows digestion. That's why we like it outside of a workout, because it keeps us full. But we don't really want to do that. We want something light. I want to access the honey right away, so it goes into my bloodstream and I can use that for energy and power. So I don't want something that's going to be slow, and you get the deal. So this is like one of my favorites. So freaking tasty too. Okay, I thought I could bring the camera out in the gym, but there was a lot of people around and I just wasn't feeling it. So we had a great workout. I actually, after the check-ins, there's a specific workout that came out that all the chicks were like frothing on, and I was like, I gotta go do it. I remember it. So I basically went and did the same supersets, and it was fire. So I had I'm so obsessed. If you like drum and bass or like crazy music, you will love this. And if you don't, you will think that I'm a psychopath. But this Chasin Status Boiler Room set in London, I've listened to it now, I don't know, 497,000 times. But you just lock in. Will loves it too. You just lock in, headphones in, the noise-proof thingy gone, and it's like you can hear the crowd, and it's so good. So that's like my favorite. Like I just go in hard. And anyway, so it's really cold out today, so I really want like a warm part of my breakfast. I was gonna do like an egg something, but I want to add more warmth, so I'm gonna incorporate a butternut squash, and Will is gonna sharpen a knife for me because this knife is dull. I don't want to cut my hand off, so we're gonna start there. I'm gonna add some, I think, back bacon. We'll see what we come up with. But I just read the back of this back bacon. 100 grams, which is a whole pan I'm doing for Will right now. Cooking for him first, because I'm a good lady. Is 109 calories. Like, you better believe I'm strapping that on. So I'm gonna start with the squash. I'll probably put this in the oven and then still have a shower and then finish it up. I love squash or pumpkin and eggs. It's like my like hyperfixation meal. I don't know why. But I haven't been able to find the pumpkin that I really loved in Australia, the Kent pumpkin, here. So I'm going into butternut squash anyway. It's just like the dilemmas I'm having, you know? So anyway, I'm going to finish Will's breakfast now. All right, that's for Willie. Look how good that looks. Oh, man. One day I will bulk. Just kidding, probably not. And, but I do like to joke that if I ever had to bulk, I would kick ass. Like, kick ass. Okay, we got the butternut squash cut in half. I'm going to just sprinkle a bit of salt. Ooh, I'm going to weigh it first, see how much. So I plan on eating the skin because I'm weird like that. I don't know, I eat the skin on all my pumpkins. Is that weird? So I'm going to just weigh the whole thing, 610 grams. I'm going to sprinkle some salt. I'm looking at a Google recipe. And we're going to throw this in the oven and go have a shower. Excited. Hoping, praying, wishing it turns out. Okay, is there anything better than a rainy Saturday, shower, and sweats? Like, this outfit is so bad. It's 35 shades of beige. But I'm so comfy and happy right now. Oh my gosh. Just like doing your skincare and just being clean and fresh and in the rain. I just live for cozy. Cozy is very much me. I'm so happy right now. But let's just make it known, like, you don't come to my channel for fashion. What am I looking for? Okay, so while I've been cooking the butternut squash, I've been just doing some work on the walking pad. I think we're pretty much ready. So I'm gonna do 2 eggs. Beef it up with some egg whites. Let's just finish off the carton. So we're at 150 grams of egg whites plus. So I usually just track each thing as I go so I can see like, oh, okay, I'll just keep adding from there. Right now, my butternut squash, 2 eggs. Nice, we're at 34 grams of protein. I think I'm gonna add the bacon. I can already tell this is gonna be a really Maddie breakfast. Like, I feel like it's not gonna make a lot of sense to people, but I am just salivating thinking about it. As I stir these eggs, I'm like, oh, I know what I'm gonna add. Now, just a reminder, you gotta weigh and count the calories from whatever you're cooking your stuff in. I know, I don't make the rules. I use the same amount every single day so I know what it looks like. Oh, wait. Maybe I want to do the bacon first. Okay. Yeah, okay, change of plans. We're going in with the shortcut bacon. Doing 55 grams. That's that salt punch that's gonna come and just, bah! Nice savory element. So I think back bacon is also considered, or like it's close to Canadian bacon. So it's just very lean. This will actually probably leave a bit of residue in the pan, like oil. So I might not even need butter. Hacks. Let's see how the squash is going. Ooh, baby. Yeah, I'm just gonna like take a bite and test it. I'm so impatient, I just want to eat it. I want this bacon, it's smelling sexy. Oh, oh, that's so yummy. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take the bacon out. Egg and egg whites going in. Salt it. Okay, we're good. Little bacon for a teaser. Okay, we're gonna build this plate. So I'm thinking I'm gonna cut this up first. One more tester. That is so, oh my gosh, you guys. Easy to prep if you don't want to just cook that every morning. One of the reasons I love squash, especially in the morning lately so much, I'm like on a whole thing, is that it kind of, well, first of all, it's just adding fiber and adding bulk to my meals. Like, it can easily, it's low calorie and adds so much to my plate. I freaking just obsessed with the flavor. Like, I love it with salt. I could just eat it like out of a salad bowl. But I'm someone with a big appetite. So this whole squash that was going to fill my bowl comes to like 260 calories. Lots of fiber. 260 calories out of, say, sourdough toast. I could just finish with my eyes closed, like blink and it's gone. And so for someone like me who, you know, I want to feel satisfied after a meal. So for me, I choose things that I can eat like a lot of, and I'm going to feel really satisfied after. Like, I could just I eat a piece of sourdough because I just already want the next one. That doesn't mean that sometimes I just don't have a sourdough, but on a normal day, eating for fat loss, I choose the foods that I know are going to work best for me. Okay. Eggs. Let's make this slower. Eggs on one side. Let's go all this squash. I love bite with squash, bite with egg. It's like sweet, salty. Oh, you guys, look how good this looks. Look how good. Piling it. Bacon. Okay. Now I'm debating this because I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, that's weird. But no, we'll do it. So a really nice combo with eggs, low-fat Greek yogurt. Again, we're hitting all the senses. This one specifically from Costco, the 0% organic, second to none. So good. Okay, so we're gonna, in my app, I have a little just barcode scanner, so I will just do that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I'll put it into grams, and now I'll just see how much I want, and then I'll trap that in. And obviously it's gonna bump up the protein intake. Okay, so let's go. Awesome. We are gonna do 50. And for a little bit more flavor, let's add some salsa. Oh, you guys, I'm going to Flavor Town this morning. Oh, just get out of here, you know what I mean? Check this shit out. This right here is my swag. Look at the size of this bowl. Are you kidding me? If you were at a restaurant and you gave that to me, I would kiss your feet. Okay, so I'm going to show you the macros of this exact meal. It's just at the top of this right here. So it's under lunch because my breakfast was just my pre-workout. Anyway, I'll add meals. So 51 grams of protein, 21 fat, 71, oopsie, carb, and 614 calories. So I used to try and eat like breakfast that were like 200 calories. And the thing is that I'll eat this 614 calories and I'm going to be full. Like I will only need like something in between lunch and dinner. That's kind of like not even a full meal because I'm just, look at the size of this. And that's how I really prefer to eat. I find when I eat smaller meals throughout the day, I'm way more hungry because none of them are really satisfying me. So I don't think I mentioned in the beginning of the video, just for reference, I am on 1,800 calories now. And it's honestly been a breeze. I'm pretty dialed in with the foods that make me feel really good. And I'm eating meals that I would eat if I was not in a calorie deficit. Like these are the foods that I would still eat. Feeling really good. Can't wait to eat this. And for the day right now with the pre-workout and my coffee with milk, which I've had too. 67 grams of protein, 25 fat, 91 carb. So there we go. Now my protein stays very consistent every single day, but my fat and carbs vary depending on where I'm at in my cycle, how I'm feeling, training, this and that. My carbs might be higher or lower, and my fat might be higher and lower, just depending on how I'm feeling and what I'm feeling, basically. So I'm gonna dig in. Like, I'm so stoked. This back bacon is a new thing for us that we've been buying because we don't really have this lean bacon, or we didn't have access to it in Australia. So pumped. I'm gonna get a little photo of this first. Hello again. It's been about 6 hours. I have been to visit one of my best friends who has a newborn baby, got to play with the baby, and then I got my lashes done. How we looking? I love them, of course. And then our washing machine is broken, so I have to drive to my mom's house to do laundry. And now I'm preparing dinner. So easy button dinner. All I've had since breakfast was 2 mandarins at my girlfriend's house. So when I was on my way to do laundry at my mom's, I said, Will, can you please put another squash? Yet another squash. This time we're going for spaghetti squash. Your girl's really has a lot of variety. I said, please chuck that in because by the time I get home, I want to be close to eating. So that's in. I'm gonna do my beef and squash bowl. That is like just it's like sexy time in my mouth. It's so good. I've already made it twice this week. I actually put it on my Instagram, so I'm gonna make that again tonight. It's just an easy button meal. It really is. It hits every time. High protein. It's gonna be lit. So let's go. So you can't really go wrong. Like, I'm always prepared with the same type of foods all the time. So there's always something to make. I'm never like, oh man, we have no protein. What do we make? Like, you always have lean protein in the fridge. Chicken, beef, whatever. Always the same. Like, we're always stocked with potatoes and a few squashes. Sweet potatoes, white potatoes, whatever. The things that just last a long time. We always got, we're never without those. And then it's really easy to always whip up something out of those things. My hair. That's hilarious. So that's what we're doing tonight. So I cut up an onion. So what I do is I'm yet to find really lean ground beef yet since the move. 90-10 is all I could get. So what I do, I'll film it, but I brown the meat first. I basically just drain as much fat as I can. I'll log it as a little bit leaner because I am going to remove as much as I can. And then after it's browned, I add a whole brown onion and it just kind of sautés together and it's unbelievable. Beef's on. Break it up small so that the fat can release. And then it's kind of on like a medium, almost low, because you don't want it to burn and it locks the fat in. You want it to let it kind of lower and slower, you know what I'm saying? I break it up. No, I don't put any oil in the pan. This is 90-10. It's got tons of oil itself. And I'll just keep kind of stirring it every so often and keep breaking it up so that it can brown evenly and keep releasing the juices. So normally when that's been browning this week, I've made a little like lemony guacamole, but we only have this. I'm not gonna bother mashing this up with lemon. I'll just split it in half for Will and I. So just plain avocado is coming on top. Little appetizer. Oh, she's girthy. I have to cut that in half for a second. I am going to try and find some leaner beef in Australia. I was buying 97.3, which was awesome. I know you can find really lean at like Walmart and stuff, but I'm going to try and avoid that meat, definitely. I'm going to try and find some high quality, leaner meat or ask the place that I get my current meat, could you please grind out a leaner cut of beef for me? Because they did that for me in Greece. It was like no problem. They didn't even bat an eye. They just did it. They didn't even ask questions. So yeah, as you can see, it's kind of deceiving how they call this stuff extra lean, because like extra lean chicken breast is like 0 fat, and so yeah, it's very obvious. I don't know if you can see the pool, but yeah, so kind of a tricky one because you kind of think you're buying like something really lean, but there's a lot of extra calories in here that you might not consider. So another minute or so and I'm going to brown it. Or sorry, I will take away the excess oil. So there's a few different methods to try. I might actually try 2 tonight. You can basically press away, but it can be pretty tedious. And I know that you can also just blot a paper towel. So maybe I'll try that first today. I haven't done that one myself, so I'll start by really pushing it to one side. I don't know if you can see this, but you just hold it and just have patience. So much drips. But you'd be surprised, it keeps all the flavor. Like, you're not losing any good stuff. Well, you kind of are, but you know what I'm saying. Let it drip, let it drip. Apparently you can just blot this, like, so let's see how this just soaks it all up. All right, that was pretty effective. Not gonna lie. It's this exact reason why I prefer to just buy very lean, so you don't have to do this. But it's all good in the hood, my ladies. We got limbs, we got a heartbeat. I really just press into the beef, get what you can, and then move on, you know what I mean? I reckon one more, dip a toe. Okay, you're right here. A few hundred calories, awesome. Okay, so now this is what I've been doing. I put it back on the heat now, and I'm going to add a whole brown onion and just saute together until the onion's soft. Adds a lot of nice flavor. Because we just moved in, we don't have like a ton of different seasonings, so I'm gonna put sea salt and Cholula. No, it's not too much salt. While the beef's finishing up, I'm going to chop up some nice, fresh, crisp butter lettuce. I feel like this is like a healthy option, a healthy alternative to like Chipotle. I am like a sucker for that kind of stuff. Chipotle is like, oh, so yummy. I haven't had it in like, I don't know, forever. But yeah, you just know the quality. You know what you're cooking with. You're not using oils that you don't approve of. And dare I say, it's maybe even more tasty. Just saying. Here's my bowl. I do more greens than Willie. He doesn't fuck with that too much. Check on the squash. We're good. Okay, let's try to get some squash out. This is the one squash for some reason I haven't eaten the skin yet. For no reason. I think it's edible, but I've just been pulling it out like this and putting it on the bowl. A little bit different texture vibe. So this whole amount of squash I'm gonna put in here, it's half a whole squash. It's like 100 calories. So satisfying and filling. It goes so nicely with the beef. And on the bowl. Okay, Willie's 9. So I just split the beef in half. The sad puny avo, but let's give ourselves some, you know, let's split it between the two of us. We'll put our scale on just so we know how much. Sad day. 17 grams of avocado. All right, here's where you save way more calories, and it's such an easy swap because you really don't sacrifice flavor. I would argue that. Okay, so Will is gonna get the sour cream. I could totally fit this in if I wanted to, but I just like it saucy, and I don't want all the calories coming from sauce. So he gets a massive dollop of it because that's the life that Will's living, you know what I mean? We just stack it on for him. Mine on, and I'll go with the, oopsie, not that. We're back in with the organic Greek 0% Kirkland. On we go. So now I can add protein instead of just calories that are kinda empty because it's a sauce. So I'm gonna do about, 50 grams right there, which is nothing in calories. I'm logging it, but it's very little. Boosting flavor with yet again something else that adds barely any calories, you guys. A really nice fresh salsa. Where we're going through one of these a day, it's actually really bad. It's so good. The real fresh ones. Oh my gosh. I'm bending down like this again. A bit more tapatio. Oh, sorry. Cholula. So sorry. This is what I'm talking about. This is dinner. Like, I'm sorry. It is so girthy, guys. This bowl is huge. Can you see that? Okay. Frickin' check this out. Check this out. Okay, 525 calories. Look how... Anyone who came over right now and saw me eating dinner, they'd be like, you're eating that? I swear to God, you guys, this is the size of 2 heads. Okay, then 56 grams of protein, 15 grams of fat, 31 carbs. So a little bit lower carb for me tonight. And just to compare, I'll show you how I do Willie's as well. So here's Willie's here. He would never eat squash, ever. So he's got potatoes with some olive oil on there and sour cream instead. The same amount of avo because sharing is caring. And that's it. Good?
Wonderful, Don. Thank you.
Okay, I have to point out one thing mid-dinner of why this bowl is so special. Because it's like the spaghetti squash is like stringy, it like soaks up. So when you get a bite, the spaghetti squash like picks up all the sauce of everything else, the juices of everything. So it's a much different experience than if you just put in like a potato or cut up squash. So I just had to say that to you for the most optimal experience. Like it's so good how it's stringy. So had to make sure that you knew that. All right, we're closing in the day. Whoopsie, flashlight. With a little dessert. Ooh, we had some room. Okay, so here's what I've had, and we've hit the calories on point, my queens. We have an extra 32 grams of protein, 13 fat, 19 carb, 317 calories. It's just our cottage cheese, some monk fruit to sweeten it, some cocoa powder, and organic frozen but thawed juicy strawberries and peanut butter. Like, oh, so stoked. So there we go, 1,800 calories, 160 grams of protein. I'm hitting that basically without fail every day. Today I was at 57 fat and 170 carbs. See, so sometimes my carbs are quite high, and sometimes they're much lower. So it just kind of depends on the vibe. So I'm gonna dig into this, and I'm actually gonna get into a little bit of work. That's what I'm feeling like. So I will see you in the next video. I hope this was helpful in some way or another. Ciao, ciao, ciao.